All right. What's up, you guys? Had some technical difficulties getting everything started, but we will be getting started soon. I want to wait a second for a few more people to join in. Today's video, we're going to be talking about basically market updates, things that I'm doing in the market, things I expect to happen soon. If you guys haven't already, make sure you check out the videos on the channel. Outside of me talking about the market, I do talk about guns, weapons, and all that stuff. I have a video that's dropping today that you guys are more than likely going to love. But getting back on topic for this video, we are going to be talking about the market, um, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, the stock market, real estate, gold, precious metals. We're going to be jumping into all of that. And doing this for today, I want to get started with precious metals. If you aren't familiar with precious metals, they have what's known as a gold to silver ratio. If I'm not mistaken, naturally that ratio should be about 1 to 12, 1 ounce of gold to 12 ounces of silver. Over the past recent years, I've been noticing that the ratio has been about anywhere between 60 to about 75 to 1. 60 to 75 ounces of silver equates to about 1 ounce of gold. But right now, today, I am seeing that that ratio is about 90 to 1. So 90 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. With that in mind, I do think right now may be a good time to purchase metals, particularly silver, but I want to show you guys what I'm actually seeing and try to jump right into it. Let's see here. All right. So I want to start off by showing you guys the fear greed index. The fear greed index for precious metals is right, with more so for gold, I would say, is right at neutral. It's about 50, which means that the market doesn't see it as necessarily a time to purchase or sell gold, more so as a time to hold it. And with gold being near its all-time highs right at about 2,100. With gold being around that level, I do think right now is not necessarily a time to be buying. If you haven't done any buying in the past, then yes, you should be buying. But right now, I would say most purchasers, most people who purchase gold are probably holding off right now just due to the prices. Going back to silver, like I said, silver in relation to gold, based off of historic gold to silver ratios, silver seems to be undervalued. If we are to look at the all-time chart, let's see here. Silver peaked at about 30 something dollars around 2011. I know back in like the 70s and 80s it went up to about 50 bucks. But outside of those crazy peaks, it looks like the more recent high is about 25 to $27. Right now, silver is sitting at it's sitting at exactly 22.39. So it is below the range that I guess would be a most people would consider to be a good buying price. For me right now, I'm trying to get it below 23.50. If I can get it below 22.50, that's great. So I'm probably going to end up making another sale to another purchase today, sometime after doing this video, if as long as the price still stays under 22.50. Let's see here. Outside of silver, I'm also looking at platinum. Platinum is down a whole lot from its all time highs that it reached at around, looks like, what year is this? Around 2008. Since then, the price has been cut about in half. A lot of that is due to a lot of cars switching to palladium in their catalytic converters. A lot of people believing that EVs are going to for the most part take over the car market. So as a result of that, platinum and palladium have both been dwindling down. With platinum being half of its all-time high, half of the price of gold, which is normally, historically speaking, being higher than, I do think is now a time to purchase silver. I wouldn't just bet the whole truckload on silver, but I would purchase it every now and then, just to kind of get it in there with your metals, because it seems to be at a fair price right now. Same thing with palladium. Over the past few years, palladium peaked a whole lot, especially compared to platinum. But right now, platinum and palladium are almost the same price. If you include the premiums, which is the extra price that you have to pay to the dealers of the palladium, the premium for palladium is normally higher than the premium that's on platinum. Platinum is normally under $100. For palladium, it can run two, three, $400 depending on who you're purchasing from. So palladium seems like a good move, but definitely watch out for those premiums. Me personally, I may grab some palladium soon also, but I would really like for it to go down a little more so I can get it to kind of match up with the price of platinum, being that both of the metals can be used interchangeably when it comes to a lot of things. I do a lot of shopping on JM Bullion. I see on their site that they currently have a deal on silver Britannias, 199 over spot. Let me see if I can find that. Come on, computer. Yep. Okay. So no matter how many you purchasing, you can get the Britannias for 24.36. That seems like a pretty decent price, 199 over spot. The premiums have been going down over the past year or so, but this is probably the cheapest premium that I've seen on our Britannia's in a minute. Let's see here. I'm going to go to a few more sites real quick just to see if I can get some prices for the Canadian Maple Leafs. I see this at 279 over spot. That's good, and this is from SD Bullion. Like I said, I just saw that JM Bullion had those Britannias for a little bit cheaper. And if I'm not mistaken, Britannias normally go for a little bit more than the Maple Leafs. This is the last metal site that I'm going to be going to. I don't even know how I ended up on AppMex, but let me see what deals that they currently have. They have these random coins, which are cool. I mean, if you just don't have anything, if you're trying to get your stack started, these are coins for like two something over spot, right at $2 over spot. I would probably go with the Britannias from JM Bullion right now over this, but yeah. And nothing too crazy right now. See, they have a good deal on the Cougarans going on, but with the price of gold being where it is, I'm not really buying anything of that size right now. So I guess that's it for the precious metals markets right now. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is going to be Bitcoin. If I can just get this to open up. All right, for today, Bitcoin is down about almost 3%. For the week, it's down almost about 3%. For the year is down about almost 4. For year to date, it's down about 4%. For the year in general, it's up about 77%, up about 1,000% for 5 years, and up about 37,000% if you're looking at this on an all-time basis. So just off of this chart with the all-time basis, if you change this, why is it just showing the price for today? Oh, hi, this is on today. All right, looking at this all-time chart. Of course, I think everybody remembers this time period here. This was the rug pull when Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live. It's I always like to look at business companies cycles as far as the relative charts from here to here. I noticed this cycle. Let me see if I can find it for you guys real quickly. Oh yeah. Okay, perfect. I wish I could overlay this, but if you look at this chart running up slowly over time, having the double peaks and then coming down, and before falling down, having one more slight peak, two double peaks, one slight peak before falling down, two double peaks. I guess you can say this is a slight peak before falling down, but it can change slightly. But you normally see two double peaks or somewhat double peaks before it falls down. Going back to what Bitcoin is doing now, I see that we've recently made a peak. We're now going down slightly. We went down from about $49,000 to about $40,000. The chart doesn't show it fully, but we've had about a 18% drop in the price. So what I think is going on with Bitcoin right now, I think we just ran up through the point of euphoria right here. I think we just ran up through the point of euphoria. I think we're now dropping back down, and I think there's going to be another push up again, closer to about maybe 45,000, somewhere in that range. I could be wrong. It could be higher, could be less, but I do think we're going to have another slight push up, followed by complacency, and I think we're going to end up having a slow bleed out in the crypto market as these newer ETFs and all that good stuff sells off. Kind of like buy the rumor, sell the news type situation. I do think that this is going to happen more so over the next year. A good friend of mine, Curse of Crypto, he follows crypto religiously. He has a channel on YouTube where he basically talks about this, and he's personally planning on selling out of his crypto in 2025 because I think he feels like something similar to this is going to happen also. But I would definitely say if you're into crypto, if you're into Bitcoin, if you're into altcoins, definitely keep an eye on the charts. Also, if you're in the altcoin market, definitely be taking profits because a lot of people are getting wrecked right now. I want to keep this chart in mind, but I want to move on to kind of like some other things that are going on in the news, other things that we're seeing happening right now. Let's see here. For starters, the stock market, S&P 500, all of that good stuff. I'm here right now on CNN Business to check out their fear and greed indicator just to see where we are with fear and greed. I do know that we're close to the top when it comes to the S&P 500. Wouldn't be surprised if we're close to the top when it comes to the Dow and the NASDAQ. So I would expect a lot of greed in the market. Basically, this chart, that's kind of what I'm seeing. Anytime this greed index gets too high, generally speaking, a lot of sellers, especially short sellers, will sell out of their position. So the fear and greed indicator being so high, with the S&P 500 being close to its all-time high, I really expect the stock market to take a hit sometime in the near future. There's a lot of, outside of this charts, outside of these indicators, there's a lot of other things that I see going on in the news that would give me the belief that these stocks are probably going to start to tumble soon, but we're just going to keep an eye on it. I'm seeing recently AMD has taken a hit. Tesla has taken a hit. Palantir has taken a hit. There's been a lot of companies taking a hit recently. I wish I could see Meta on here. I don't want to spend up too much time looking for stuff. Meta's super high right now, so I'm expecting it to take a hit. And these are companies that were on my watch list at the beginning of 2023. So it's not that I have anything against these companies. I just believe that they're going to take a hit. As a matter of fact, this morning, I don't own many stocks right now because of what the stock market is, but I did sell the majority of my stocks this morning. If I'm not mistaken, I only own Palantir and Dollar General right now because I do think Dollar General can make a comeback. I do believe in the long run, Palantir is going to be a great company. So I'm holding Palantir for the long run, holding Dollar General for about maybe a year or so. Hopefully I can take some profit on that. For my wife, it's roughly about the same thing. She has a few more stable companies. I'm not going to get into it too tough, but we've definitely been trimming down on the stocks lately. I think the last stock that I sold was a great company. It was Clorox, but I was looking at the charts, and I'm not going to pull it up right now. I was looking at the chart for Clorox and how it performed during the Great Recession and how it performed during the dot-com bubble. And I saw that during the dot-com bubble, after people bought a lot of Clorox supplies because they were afraid that the world was going to end, after they stocked up, I noticed that the company took a hit of about 50%. So for that reason, I was recently up on Clorox by a decent amount. So I did want to go ahead and sell out of it. I didn't want to risk losing my current profits for and taking another 50% cut if something similar was to happen, some type of recession type moment, which a lot of people are fearful about right now. And I also want to have money on the sidelines prepared for real estate because if there's a crash in real estate, I want to be able to jump into that. I just went on CNN. Just to be fair, I wanted to go to Fox also to see what's going on in politics. Kind of the same old stuff. Most of the stuff I don't really pay attention to all that much because it's just, I guess you could say, static or chatter. A lot of stuff going on with presidential debates and all that good stuff. This is kind of interesting. Anytime I see something related to energy, solar energy, renewable energies, or anything like that, it normally piques my interest. But shutting down the coal factory, I'm not invested in coal. I'm kind of good on that right now. I don't want to waste you guys' time. Jumping real quick to YouTube. I always check on YouTube. YouTube is not an official news source, but official news sources do post on YouTube. Official stories do get posted on YouTube, so I do want to see what they have. Presidential election stuff. The only thing I really don't like about the world is running out of rice. Interesting. Interesting. Probably gonna come back and do some research on the world running out of rice and do a video on that later. But that was pretty interesting. Not too much going on in the news that I don't already know about or did not expect to see. Let's do a quick Google search. Is there anything going on with the banks in the news? Central banks buying gold. Yes, I have been noticing that central banks have been buying gold. It's kind of like a requirement based off of the Basel III meeting that happened a few years ago. Banks aren't really talking about it, but banks are required to have more gold on their balance sheet this year to cover what basically the assets that they say that they have. There's not much talk about this at all, but this is something that has been going on globally ever since that Basel meeting, which is why you see so many world banks buying gold right now. The FDIC basically helped bail out a few banks last year. Is believed that that's going to happen again this year. I do believe that there's going to be a lot more news pertaining to bank failures and stuff coming on later in the year. I've been hearing rumors of some stuff coming out maybe this week or within the next month. I don't want to get into the rumors too much. But I do believe that there's going to be a lot of things coming with the banking system that's going to cause issues. Deposits are leaving the banks. People aren't really holding their money in the banks. A lot of banks don't have the money that they say that they have. So we're going to see the result of that coming real soon. Let's see what's going on with real estate. Regional banks are not out of the woods. I do think that a lot of commercial real estate is going to cause a problem for the regional banks. We're probably going to see them a lot of those collapsing. And it's possible that a lot of the regional banks are collapsing right now. If I'm not mistaken, there's a clip with a lot of the banksters, with a lot of their banksters talking about how they don't want to mention the collapse that's going on in the bank because basically the people aren't smart enough to know about it, aren't smart enough to deal with it, and it could cause too many problems. I want to real quickly see if I can find a YouTube video for you. I'm gonna wrap the video up with this. Let me go know what you guys are investing in. Let me know what your how do you feel as far as market sentiment? Where you guys plan on going? What do you think is a safe haven? What do you think is the best way to invest your assets? I definitely want to do more videos on this stuff. I just had a brain freeze because it was something that I wanted to go to, and I completely forgot. But while I'm thinking about it, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all leave the comments. Make sure y'all check the description section of the vehicle. Description section of the vehicle. The description section of this video. I did list some places where you guys could go online and get some deals when it comes to precious metals, silver at spot price. If you don't know what that means that it comes without the premiums that I mentioned earlier. But yeah, make sure you guys are checking out the page. Make sure you guys are checking everything out. I got a lot of videos coming soon. Later on today, I'm going to be dropping a video. It actually might have just dropped 21 minutes ago. I can't remember the time that I listed for it to be scheduled. But check out my video where I'm doing a review on this the Palmetto State Armory 5.7 caliber pistol. I do those videos on this channel also. Make sure y'all follow. Catch y'all on the next one. I really want to remember what I was about to show y'all on this video. Oh, I did. I wanted to show y'all the video with the banksters. The banksters. I don't know if this is going to pull it up. Banks not mentioning failure. I should have found it before I did this video, but make sure y'all go out there and check for it. There's a video out there basically showing politicians. I think they were bank members, but definitely government members and politicians talking about how the banks had to be saved, and they didn't think it would be a great idea to tell the public about it because how they would react. Um, yeah, I can't find a clip, but like I said, I'll see y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. With that being said, I'm out.